to be impacted by this tornado over the next hour as it moves off to the northeast. Let's go ahead and put those images, if you got some images behind me that we can share. Okay, this is taken near the between Kennett and Hayti. This is looking underneath the base of the storm. That's the funnel. You can see the wall cloud, the funnel. So this is not a landspout type tornado. This is a small mini supercell type tornado that has formed in this area. So, and earlier it kind of just looked like the photo that I saw was this stovepipe that was down to the ground. It was a lot closer, but this is a video that's kind of, it won't play right now for us, but this is the updraft base, and this is likely, if you're in Tiptonville right now, that's probably what it looks like to your south, because that is the same storm, and you can see the funnel right here, and it was on the ground at some point, because I did see some other photos of it on the ground. So let's go back to the radar, if you will, and again, we have a tornado warning out for Lake County in northwestern Tennessee. I'm going to try and remove this real quick so we can kind of get that off of the screen right there. And we're zoomed into the Tiptonville area. As you can see, that possible tornado, it was on the ground earlier. We did have confirmation. We had video. We have photos. And based on what the radar has been showing, I would imagine we do have a tornado on the ground right now moving into Tiptonville, Tennessee. I'm trying to get with some other checking on some with the National Weather Service to see if we have any more reports here. But again, this is in Lake County in Tennessee. I'm just kind of going on this just to see. We do have an observed tornado in Tiptonville. So there's a tornado with this right now on the ground, the southern edge of Tiptonville. It's crossing Highway 78 as we speak. So we do have a tornado on the ground. This storm has already produced at least one tornado and may continue to produce tornadoes as it's in a very favorable low-level environment. Earlier, the low-level environment was not favorable for tornadoes. Earlier this morning, when we had that one storm coming through that was showing signs of rotation, but the atmosphere wasn't conducive to get that rotation down to the ground. Well, that has since changed, as you can imagine. We're seeing the possibility of this storm continuing off, and we do have a tornado on the ground right now on the south side of Tiptonville. It's reported it's going to be crossing Highway 78 right now. Let's take a look at this and see if we can see. There's that rotation. Again, it is broadening out just a bit. Hopefully that trend will continue as we head throughout the evening hours. But that is the rotation. It's crossing Highway 78 right now. I think that's Highway 72 that may be to the east of Tiptonville. I'm going to try to zoom in a little more here to get some of the area roads that are under the gun of this tornado that is on the ground. So you can see Haynes Cemetery Road, Sunkissed Beach Road, these areas, tornadoes on you right now. You need to be in your safe spot. You can see the Tiptonville area. The main rotation is on the southeastern side of Tiptonville. You can see we've got Highway 21 right here, Tennessee Highway 21. This tornado is going to cross Highway 21 in about 90 seconds based on where it is now. This rotation is more than likely about right here because the radar updates about every 90 seconds. So we got to kind of forward slash this to where that tornado probably is. So it's going to be crossing Highway 21 right now. So if you live anywhere around Highway 21 in Lake County, we can zoom in even more. I know these are going to be some houses here. Doyle Lane, looks like Gooch Road. Some of these roads are kind of hard to see on here. Magnolia Lane and Highway 21. This is under the gun. The tornado is headed for you right now. You need to be in your basement if you have one. If you don't have a basement, you need to be on that center interior room of your house. Put as many walls between you and the outside as possible to protect you from flying debris. Again, that is, I'm zoomed way in to where the tornado is headed right now. And as we pan back to the south, we'll show you where the actual tornado is. The tornado is Clubhouse Lane. It's right there in Lake County. Now, 78 south of Tiptonville now, once you get towards Old Ridgely Road, these areas, the tornado has passed your vicinity. So things are improving, and it continues to move off to the northeast. You can see there it updated, and the rotation is crossing right into that Highway 21 area right now. So lower Weinberg Road, Upper Weinberg Road, these areas, the tornado has passed. So let's focus on areas that are in harm's way with this tornado. Again, we had a report of a tornado on the ground on the south side of Tiptonville. And there it is. There's the rotation. It continues to weaken just a bit. Each scan is a little better than it was. But remember, we saw this earlier as it weakened and then strengthened dramatically right after we went off the air and then we came back on. There's that possible tornado. It was on the ground earlier. Don't know if it's going to be on the ground right now, as it looks like it's a little weaker, but we need to assume that it is because we've had at least a tornado on the ground in Pemiscot County and in Lake County. I don't know if it stayed on the ground the whole time. It may have dissipated and regenerated. That's probably what happened. It means we would have had 2 tornadoes with this storm. We'll take a look and see if we see any debris flying around, because there was a report of it on the ground, and we got a new tornado warning. I'll check that. I'm sure it's just an extension of this. I don't see any debris showing up with this signature right now. Let's see if there's anything that is close to becoming debris. Possible right there that we see a little bit of light debris showing up. Let's see if that matches up with the, and it does match up with the rotation, which is right there. So, new tornado warning. Let's kind of see what we got here with this activity. I'm sure it's just an extension. It goes into Obion County. So Obion County, you are now under a tornado warning until 6 o'clock this evening. The Lake County tornado warning goes out until 5:45 for about another 10 minutes. And we did have a tornado on the ground on the south side of Tiptonville. This also produced a tornado in Pemiscot County earlier. And it continues to move off to the northeast at about 30 miles per hour. There's our tornado warned storm. You can see it moving off to the north and to the east at 30 miles per hour. So let's expand out and get everybody caught up to date on what's happening right now, because you may be just tuning in. And we're going to be showing you this activity we were watching closely. This is dying down, thankfully. All this activity across southern Illinois and southeast Missouri is weakening. Our main show is this tornado warned storm. If it holds together, it could be working its way into parts of western Kentucky. Did I hear you have another video of the tornado? Let's go ahead and show that. So here we go. Okay, this is when it was in Pemiscot County. This is when we jumped on the air in Pemiscot County. You could see that tornado right there. And again, at first I was thinking, looking at that this was a landspout type tornado that formed from the ground up. But by looking at this, I could see the whole cylinder base. This is definitely what we call a mini-supercell, which means it is a spinning thunderstorm, and it is producing a tornado. We had one of these, my first year here, we had this. This is the same type of scenario that hit Woodland Mills, I think, which